Hello and welcome to today's installment of the Daf Yomi, Bava Metzia Daf 69 Amud A. So let's dive straight in. So it says, or it must have been that the other party accepted 1/2 of the loss and that Rav Elish was entitled to 2/3 of the profit. Either way, disparity in the terms served as payment for Rav Elish for his interest, moving and concerned about violation of the prohibition of interest. If two people enter into a joint venture and do not specify the conditions, the investor does not pay the labor costs to the manager performing the work, then according to the Rambam, if there is a profit, the manager gets 2/3 of the profits. But if there is a loss, he suffers only 1/3 of the loss. According to Rashi and the Rif, on the Rosh, the manager receives 2/3 of the profits, and if there is loss, he suffers 1/2 of the loss. This opinion also seems to be shared by the other early commentaries, as well as the Shach, the Gra, the Hachmad Adam Rambam Sefer Kinyan Hilchot Shuluhin Shitafin 6-3 Shulchan Yodei 177-4. Rav Kana said, I said this lach before Rav Zivid of Naharia, and he said to me, why? 1 second. Sorry about that. And he said to me, why is it certain that the document included all the details of the transaction? Parav of Elish and Mercy's bread and brine together with the other party. According to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, this would suffice to avoid the prohibition of interest. Rav Nachman said the halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Rav Kahana said to Rav Zivid, it was not stated by Rav Nachman that the halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, but rather it was stated that a single opinion, what does that mean? Shita Itma, Tosfos citing Rabbi Hanania note that when the Gemara aligns several opinions of Tanaim together, stating that they hold a single opinion, the halacha is ruled not in accordance with that opinion. It's common to the three sages, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, and Rabbi Yossi, and Rabbi Yehuda. This does not establish halacha in accordance with that statement, but on the contrary, they hold one common opinion that is not accepted as a halacha. The Gemara comments, this too stands to reason. And if you do not say so, why Rav Nachman list them individually and say the halacha is in accordance with the opinion of so and so, and halacha is in accordance with the opinion of so and so. Instead, that Rav Nachman simply say halacha is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, as he is the most lenient of all of them, and the ruling can be derived from his. And Rav Nachman did not state this. It is reasonable to say that he was not issuing a ruling in accordance with their opinion, but simply clarifying that these opinions are actually one. Rav says, if one says to another, I am giving you a calf or to fatten, and let us divide the profit between us when it is sold, and the surplus over 1/3 of its current value is your wages. The exact definition of this condition is a matter of dispute among the commentaries. Rabbeinu Hananiel hold that the stipulation is that they divide profits up to 1/3 of the original value, and above that amount, the profit belongs exclusively to the one who fattened the animal. Zakaria Agamati said in Rabbi Baruch HaSefardi interprets this to mean that 1/3 of the profits belong to the owner of the animal, and 1/3 to the one who fattened the animal. He also received an additional 1/3 as his wage for his efforts, meaning that they must split the profit up to 1/3 of the value of the calf, and any additional profit would belong exclusively to the one who fattened the animal and serve as his wages. This arrangement is permitted because the one fattening the calf is compensated for his efforts, and there is therefore no interest on the part that is alone. Rabbi Shmuel says it is not permitted because if there is no surplus over 1/3 and he goes home empty-handed, he will have worked for free, and this is considered interest. Rather, Shmuel says the owner of the calf must set aside a dinar for the other to compensate him for his efforts in the event that there is no surplus over 1/3. The Gemara asks, and does Rav hold that he is not required to set all aside a dinar for him? But doesn't Rav say in a different way to structure such an arrangement that the head of the calf is given to the fatter, i.e. they may divide most of the profits evenly, but the head of the calf is given as a supplement to the one who does the fattening? What is it not that he said to him, the surplus over 1/3 is your wages, and according to Rav, the calf's owner must nevertheless also give him the head in case if there is no surplus? The Gemara refutes no. Rav was referring to a case where the owner of the calf said to him, either he will receive the surplus over 1/3 or the head of the calf. If there is not enough profit for there to be a surplus over 1/3, then the owner of the animal must give the head, as the essence of the condition is that he can choose between the two options. So it's Chaim. will serve as wages to the fattener. Or, if you wish, say instead, when it says that if the owner said to him, the surplus over 1/3 is your wages, it is permitted. If one receives money from an investor for a joint venture and is concurrently involved in another venture, the investor does not have to pay labor costs, and they divide the profit and losses equally. In addition, it is meant for the investor to stipulate that the manager receive 1/3 or any other portion of the profit, and that if there is a loss, they will each pay half. And if a fee for labor is fixed at the beginning, since the manager has also another venture, even if the wages are minimal, such an arrangement is permitted. Bava Metzia Daf Shulchan to Shafin 6.2 Shulchan Aruch Yodei 177 2-3. It's permitted. This was the case when the one fattening the calf already had his own animal to fatten. As people say in common adage, mixed food for an ox, mixed for an oxen, meaning that since he has already has to prepare food for one ox, it's not a big inconvenience and expense for him to add food for an additional ox. So the surplus of 1/3 is sufficient to compensate him. The Gemara relates Rabbi Elazar of Hagaronia purchased an animal and gave it to a sharecropper to fatten it, and gave him the head as his wages and gave him 1/2 of the profits. The sharecropper's wife said to him, if you would have participated with him in the purchase of the animal, he would have given you the tail also. The next time the sharecropper went and purchased a calf from Rabbi Elazar, and Rabbi Elazar gave him 1/2 of the tail, and then said to him, let's divide the head. The sharecropper said to him, now will you not also give me as he did initially? Before, when I was not a partner in the animal but accepted it only in order to fatten it, you gave me the entire head. Now I'm a partner with you, are you going to give me only 1/2 of the head? Rabbi Elazar said to him, until now the money was mine, and I had not given, and had I not given you a little more valuable compensation for your efforts, it would have appeared to be like interest. But now we are partners, what can you say? That you must exert a little more effort than I do to take the animal in and out of the pasture. As people say in common adage, an ordinary sharecropper subjugates himself to the owner to bring him pasture. Sharecroppers are accustomed to expending extra effort on behalf of the owner of the field. Therefore, we are equal partners to divide everything. If one fattening animal is a sharecropper of the investor, and he had another venture as well, the investor does not have to pay him a special wage, since the sharecropper subjugates him in his capacity as owner of the field. If they are both partners in the investment, but only one performed work in the venture, this is an ordinary partnership, and they may divide the profit and loss according to any agreement that they come to, as this arrangement does not involve interest. There are those who say that even in a partnership, the one doing the work should be given some wages as compensation for his efforts, in order to satisfy the opinion of Rambam, who views this type of arrangement as involving a loan, and that's the Rambam Sefer Kinyan, Hilchon Shulchan Shutafin 6:1-2, Shulchan Aruch Yodei 177 2-3, and then a comment on the Ramah. The sages taught with regard to one who appraises an animal for another to raise. Hashem Behema Lechaveru. In a case of one who appraises an animal for another to raise, if it was a female donkey, he must take care of it for 18 months, and if it was a species of small animals, for 24 months. During this time, each one can compel the other to continue the arrangement until it's completed. Regard the animal's offspring, in a place where it is customary to divide the offspring immediately, they do so. And in a place where it is customary for the one raising the animal to continue raising the offspring, he must do so for up to 30 days for a species of small animals, or 50 days for a species of large animals. And from then onward, he takes 3/4 of the profits from the Sefer Kinyan, Hilchot Shidduchin Shutafin 8:4, Shulchan Aruch Yodei 177-23. How long is it the other obligated to care for it? If they do not stipulate this explicitly, Samacha says female donkeys 18 months, for flocks of sheep or goats 24 months. Flocks begodos. The Ravid interprets this term as meaning a collection of horses and mules. And if one of them comes to divide, i.e., if he wishes to sell an animal, divide the profits within the time, before the time for taking care of it has ended, the other can prevent him from doing so. But the effort involved in the care of the animal for this year is not comparable to the care of another year. The Gemara asks, with regard to the word "but" that was said here, what is it saying? It does not seem to belong in the statement. Rather, the text must be correct and follow. Because the care of this year is not comparable to the care of another year, the profits are not necessarily divided evenly during the entire time of the animal's growth, and therefore either party can insist the contract be carried out through to the end of the specified period. It is told in another bite with regard to one who praises an animal for another to raise. For how long is the latter obligated to care for the offspring that are born to it? For a species of small animals, they are obligated to care for the offspring for 30 days, and for a species of large animals, 50 days. Rabbi Yossi says, for a species of small animals, they are obligated to care for the offspring for 3 months, as it requires a lot of care. The Gemara asks, what is the meaning, a lot of care? It means that due to the fact that its teeth are thin, its food has to be cut up for it, which is not necessary for the species of large animals. From this point forward, the one raising the animal takes 1/2 of the offspring as a share, since 1/2 of the animal is his, and he takes 1/2 of the other shares of the offspring, i.e., 1/4 of the total, as wage for caring for the animal and raising. The Gemara relates, Rabbi Metzia ben Bagada accepted an animal to raise, and of the offspring he took 1/2, and 1/2 of the others 1/2. His mother came for a buyer, but he said to Rabbi Metzia ben Bagada, who divided it for you? If one party in a joint venture wants to divide the offspring of the animals with the other party, must do so with the knowledge of the other, or else he must divide the animals in the presence of 3 people. If he divides it when he is not in the presence of 3 people, he has done nothing, and he is entitled to only 1/2 of the profits. One must say, for Kenyan Hilchot Shidachem V'Shutofin 8:4 Shulchan Aruch Yodei 177:20, since he did this on his own, there is a concern that he may not have divided it fairly, and furthermore, this place is a place where it is customary for the one raising the animal to raise the offspring. And within the Mishnah 69b, in a place where it is customary to raise the offspring, they should be raised by the one raising the mother and not divided between them. The Gemara relates, there were these 2 Samaritans, Kusim, Samaritans. The Samaritans are descendants of the nation uprooted by the Necharib, king of Assyria, and transferred to Eretz Yisrael. Eventually, these immigrants took upon themselves many of the Torah's mitzvah. See 2 Kings 17. Relations between Samaritans and the Jews deteriorated at the beginning of the Second Temple period during the period of the leadership of Ezra and Nehemiah. The Samaritans later established a center of worship on Mount Gerizim, claiming that the sanctity of the mountain based on the book of Deuteronomy. Several generations of sages recognized Samaritans as Jewish, going so far as to declare them more punctilious than the Jews themselves in the observance of certain mitzvot. Ultimately, the Samaritans continued to distance themselves from the Jewish people in virtually every regard, and they were given the halacha status of Gentiles. The community of Samaritans in modern-day Israel numbers roughly 700 individuals. These citizens reside in 2 locations, Mount Gerizim and Holland, and they enjoy cordial relations with both Jewish and Arab residents. The 2 Samaritans. Yahovitz explains that these were not actually Samaritans, but Kuthian Jews who hailed from the Samaritans' country of origin. Nevertheless, it was entirely possible that they were actually Samaritans. It was common that not only Samaritans but also Gentiles came for judgment before well-known Jewish courts, as these courts were considered ethical and discerning, who entered into joint venture with each other. One of them went and divided the money without the knowledge of the other. They came for judgment before Rav Papa. Rav Papa said to the plaintiff, what difference is there? Meaning, what did you lose? This is what Rav Nachman said. Money is considered as though it were already divided. It is not viewed as a single sum. The next year, the same 2 purchased wine together, and the other one arose and divided the wine without the knowledge of the other. And again they came for judgment for Rav Papa. Rav Papa said to the defendant, who divided it for you? You did not act properly, since you did not get your partner's permission to divide the wine. The Samaritan said to him, let's see, they must pursue me in order to harass me. Since last year, when we came with what appears to be essentially the same case, you gave a different ruling in favor of the other. Rav Papa said, we'll leave on the cliffhanger. So thank you for listening, and I wish you a very good day and peace in Israel. All the best. Bye.